I would open the Shadowlands login screen up for the first time on stream. I have never opened it up. I just updated the patch, and we're gonna do it right now. So this is what I'm gonna be looking at right here for the next 2 years. Well, you know what? It's better than the BFA one. I would say it's actually better than the BFA ones. I like it. Obviously, turn it up a bit. Yeah, sure, I'll get it turned up a little bit. There it is. Okay, that should be about the volume that it needs to be. And, yeah, there it is, man. It's very clean, to be honest. Yeah, this is like a... I like the idea of... It's basically what the vanilla WoW one was, right? It's basically showing the portal between the other world, right? Because vanilla WoW one is like just like the picture of the dark portal. This is effectively the same thing. So I'm excited, man. So like, let me think of all the login screens. Like, let me just go through Warcraft login screens. First one obviously is vanilla WoW. Okay, the vanilla WoW login screen was amazing. These were the old days whenever you had, you know, old vanilla WoW, and it was just the very beginning. Now, I remember looking at this screen back whenever I was a kid. I was super happy to see it. It was fucking amazing. So the vanilla WoW login screen was amazing. I think it's iconic, more than anything. Like, regardless of like how good or bad it was or anything like that, it was certainly fucking iconic. So let's go to the next one. Now we have Burning Crusade. The Burning Crusade login screen was basically just like the other side of the Dark Portal. Like, that was really all it was to me. Like, obviously, this was really cool. Like, of course it was really cool. But to me, I was like, you know, it's not really that much of a difference. And the BC one, I didn't really care too much about. I don't know, like, personally, it was okay. It was, at that time, I never really thought about it, I guess. Yeah, I never really thought about it. The music, yeah, the music was a little bit better. Now we'll go over to the ICC, or sorry, not ICC, the Wrath of the Lich King one. The Wrath of the Lich King one is this one here. And so this one was pretty cool because it was the first time they had it where there's actually like a moving thing behind the screen. And so you had like Sindragosa that would come and fly in and then land there and do some shit and then fly away. Now, in my opinion, I actually didn't like this. I know this is gonna sound weird, but I felt the same way about the Deathwing thing. I actually liked having more of a still as the login screen, and it felt less like a game. And I don't know, like, that's just, to me, that's what I prefer. Like, I wish it was just this. This was awesome, but I didn't like the dragon flying in. And again, this is like my opinion, obviously, but it's just like a personal preference for me. So yeah, I like this. It's just the dragon flying in, I thought was pretty, it was not really that amazing. It's my opinion, okay? Wrong opinion? That's okay. Well, regardless, the Wrath of the Lich King, you know, one of the reasons why I probably didn't like this one is because at this point my computer was like 8 years old or 5 years old, and the login screen would lag my computer. I remember whenever Sindragosa would land, my frame rate would go down on the login screen. That's how bad it was. So maybe that's influencing a little bit of my opinions here, but that's pretty much where I'm at with the Wrath of the Lich King one. He's very nice, flies around, does the little lap, and that's about it. But overall, you know, not necessarily my absolute favorite. Well, let's go to the next one. The music is fucking badass. I haven't listened to the music in probably, 10 years. Those were the good days, dude. All right, let's go to the next one. I think this one sucked. I think it sucked for the same exact reason that the ICC one sucked. I didn't like having the NPC in front of the login screen. I just didn't like it. That's really all it comes down to. Obviously, it is really cool, but the reason why I didn't like it, there were a couple of reasons why I didn't like it. Number one, Deathwing wasn't on top of Stormwind all the time. He just landed there, fucked up the top area, and then he left. So it's not like he was just kind of sitting around chilling. You know what I mean? And so, like, I don't know. I just never really could get into the, could never really get into it. I felt like just having him sit there was kind of awkward. It was like we're just kind of sitting there looking at each other, like, you know, what's really going on here? You know, like, what are you doing? You know, I don't know. I just didn't really get it. But regardless, I didn't really like the Cataclysm login screen. I thought that having the NPC there in front of the character, or sorry, in front of the login thing, like, that is cool. Definitely it's cool, but it's just not what I would like to see from a login screen. And again, this could just be my personal opinion, but I like just seeing like a really nice, clean image of the game without like any NPCs in it or anything like that. Just an image of the universe that you're going to be part of without it necessarily being part of like one expansion. And like you can also see like the dragon's wings clip right through the thing in the back. It looked like trash, man. It really did. It looked like trash. So let's go on to the next one. Okay. Miss Pandaria. I like this as much as I could have liked it. The truth is that I was not a fan at all of the Miss Pandaria, everything about it, right? I didn't like how, I didn't like the pandas, I didn't like the aesthetic, I didn't like the raid stuff. There were so many things I didn't really like about Miss Pandaria. And I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Like, that's all there is to it. But you're right, the Lord of the Rings vibes. Oh, the fucking, yeah, the two statues in Fellowship of the Ring. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, you're right. And so, yeah, obviously, Miss Pandaria. This was my favorite track. Like, Miss Pandaria's music was, it was good. Miss Pandaria's music was the first time in the game that I remember myself consciously turning off my music and listening to the in-game music. Like, all of the rest of the time, I never did that. Like, I don't really know why, I just never did that. But like in Miss Pandaria, I would consciously turn off my music and listen to the in-game music. And ever since then, I've done it a lot more. But it was very common in Miss Pandaria. And the reason why Miss Pandaria's music, Grizzly Hills, I mean, the thing is, like, I didn't really make the conscious decision to do that, though. I was just kind of playing through the game and the music was on. Does that make sense? But like, I would consciously make the decision to listen to the Miss Pandaria music versus whenever I was playing in Wrath, where I would just be kind of like playing the game and the music would be on at the same time. Does that kind of make sense? Regardless, Miss Pandaria had great music, and I think one of the reasons why the music was so good compared to like the Warlords of Draenor music, because the WoD music was amazing, but it played more of like a background role. It's like whenever you're listening to the Warlords of Draenor music, it's like the music is the main character because it's so overpowering. It's so like fucking, it's like drums beating, fucking horns blowing. It's like a war music, you know what I mean? But like the ambience of the Miss Pandaria music, I think made it much more accessible and much easier to listen to while you were playing the game. And I think that's why so many people liked it. Now, the Warlords of Draenor login screen. I thought this was awesome. I thought it was fucking amazing. It was the callback to the original game. I thought like having it be red was really cool. You have a static image. There's no NPCs in it. It's moving. It looks really, really cool. I really like the Warlords of Draenor login screen. I was a big fan of it. I thought it was really, really cool. Now, obviously, some people might disagree. Again, you know, it is what it is. But I felt like everything about Warlords of Draenor, besides the content and the story, was really good. Like, I like the, like, kind of some of the aesthetics of the game. I like kind of the idea of it and, like, the premise of it. Like, besides the time travel stuff was bad, but, like, just being able to go back and see, like, the old clans and everything like that. Everybody, the thing is, like, I always get mad. Like, whenever I talk about this, I always get mad about Blizzard because I think to myself, I'm like, WoD could have been so good. Like, it could have been, like, that expansion that, like, I wanted Warlords of Draenor to be Warcraft 2, but WoW. Like, that's what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be Warcraft 2, but instead of Warcraft 2, it's WoW instead. That's what I wanted it to fucking be, man. And I get so sad whenever I think of the fact that we didn't get a chance to, like, interface with these different clans. They were just, like, little quest lines. I don't know. I really felt like they could have done it so much better. And I'm kind of sad about that. But I liked how the Dark Portal got turned on. I think that was cool. Overall, I just really like this this login screen. It was one of my favorite ones. Let me go to the next one. Next one. Lee John. Again, the Felguards in front. I'm sorry, I don't like having the NPCs in the login screen. I think they're stupid. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, it is what it is. Like, it is. Like, I don't like seeing them in there. I just like having the background image. I think that it looks cooler. Other people like it. This is my opinion. This is my opinion. This is not a, I'm not going to say that this is a fact. This is just what my opinion of the situation is. And so why do you have wrong opinions? I don't know. I could ask you the same thing, couldn't I? And what about the dragon in Wrath of the Lich King? Yeah, I felt the same way. And I was talking about that earlier. And so anyway, the Legion login screen was really good. Overall, I think that it was definitely, like, less... Like, the Deathwing login screen was, like, so much like Deathwing. It was all about Deathwing. And this one is, like, just two dipshits, you know? It's like, hey, these two fucking idiots are sitting in front of the thing. They're making sure nobody gets inside. It's like, nobody really gives a shit about that, you know what I mean? The end of the day is, like, I liked the I like the Legion cinematic, or sorry, not the Legion. I like the Legion login screen, and I think that out of all of the other login screens with their out of all the login screens with NPCs, I think that this was the best one, and I think the music for this one was really good too. And I can still remember listening to this music whenever I would get disconnected. Yeah, like, this music was fucking lit. It was litty. I liked it a lot. It was great. And Portal themed login screen was good. Well, let's talk about the BFA login screen, okay? So, I didn't think it was finished. Whenever they showed it, I didn't think it was finished. I was like, that's cool, so now what? So, like, maybe they'll add, like, I don't know, like, some warriors in the back, you know, like, standing guard of Lordaeron, or, I don't know, like, to me, I just, Reign of Chaos callback? Was it really? Let me just look that up and see. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, I guess you can kind of say it's the same thing, but, like, not really. I mean, like, it is vaguely the same. Yeah, sure. Let me do a straw poll for what the best one is, and then I will rate them all. Okay, I think that's the best idea. Y'all are dumb. Man, y'all are dumb. Man, what, dude? What, dude? What do you mean? So everybody... So wow, I was wrong about every single one. So for me personally, here's where I would rate all of the login screens. I'm just gonna knock this out real quick. So Wrath, I'll give this a B. WoD, I think, is an A. Vanilla WoW is definitely gonna be an A. Shadowlands isn't on here. Wait a second. Let me see if I can pull out and see which ones these are. Does this one have Shadowlands? No, it doesn't. Okay, well, whatever. I guess we'll just have to go with the other one anyway. Okay, where was I at? Okay. So, D for WoD, or sorry, for the other one that was bad. BFA. And Cataclysm is a C. Legion is probably about a, I'd say it's about there. Let's see, Mist of Pandaria is going to be right about here. And then BC is going to be right about... actually, like, this is S. Like, what's the difference between, like, S? I'd say, like, S, S... maybe like this? Yeah, this is where I'm at. This is be pretty much it. If I had to rate Shadowlands, let's say BFA is Shadowlands, I would rate Shadowlands right here. Come on. There. I'd put Shadowlands right here. Maybe like one of the two. One of these two. Shadowlands, I think, is really cool, and I look forward to, you know, seeing it every single time that I try to load into the game with all my add-ons, because, you know, I'll be able to see the loading screen again. And that's basically it. So, would you explain WoD? Yeah, I just really liked it. I liked how it was a callback to the original login screen. I liked how it was red. I thought it was cool, and just overall, I enjoyed it. That's basically why. Nothing too crazy beyond that. It's pretty simple, actually. So, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Anyway, let's see over here. Mop deserves higher. Yeah. I'm just rating... Listen, guys, I'm just rating the login screens, okay? I am just rating the login screens. I'm not saying these are the expansion power rankings or anything like that. These are just simply the login screens. That's all there is to it, man.